Welcome back, and I am here with another video which is about the world's largest dam being built by China. On July 19th, China unveiled one of its boldest infrastructural undertakings to date, the construction of the world's largest hydropower dam on Ylong Zangbo River deep in Tibet. This $170 billion mega dam isn't just about electricity, it's about power, influence, and the future of Asia's water politics. For China, it's a leap forward or leap toward green energy leadership. For India, it's a threat to vital water security. And for Pakistan, it might just be a strategic blessing in disguise. So, in this video, I'm going to unpack what this dam means for the region, why is China building it, why India is concerned, and how Pakistan might benefit amidst rising geopolitical currents. So, let's look at China's motives: energy, environment, and the empire. At the heart of China's strategy is its vision to become carbon neutral by 2060. To achieve that, it's turning to massive clean energy sources, hydropower being a cornerstone. The Megdog hydropower station will generate over 300 billion kilowatt hours of electricity each year, enough to power many countries. But beyond energy, this dam serves another purpose: binding Tibet economically and politically closer to Beijing. As you know, Tibet is this region of contest. And Beijing's ambition to dominate renewable energy globally as it consolidates control over restive frontier regions. The second motive is engineering and exercises. Constructed on steep 50-kilometer stretch near the disputed India-China border, the dam drops over 2,000 meters and will consist of 5 interconnected reservoirs. It will outclass the iconic Three Gorges Dam in scale, output, and symbolism. This project is not for the faint-hearted. It's being built in one of the world's most seismically active and ecologically fragile zones, many say. But with cutting-edge Chinese engineering, technologies, and of course political will, Beijing is betting big on its success. So, what's the big picture here? The Belt and Road, water and control. The dam is part of something even bigger, which is China's Belt and Road Initiative, which links infrastructure investments across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Water is increasingly being seen as a form of strategic capital. And as we know, the future wars are going to be about water. And through this dam and dozens of others in Tibet, China is cementing its role as the upstream water superpower of Asia. By controlling rivers that feed into India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and Southeast Asia, China extends soft and hard power through nature itself. Now, India is worried, and perhaps rightly so. India's northeastern states, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, and West Bengal depend heavily on the Brahmaputra river, which originates in China. The fear is not just about flow reduction, but unpredictability. India has witnessed floods and droughts, which are made worse by upstream Chinese infrastructure, as India claims, sometimes without prior warning. The lack of a water sharing treaty between the two rising giants in Asia, makes matters worse. India has responded by accelerating its own dam building, especially on the Upper Siang, a tributary of the Brahmaputra, but this race has no guaranteed winners. And strategic water wars, let's not forget the Indus Treaty factor, which Pakistan watches from sidelines but with a vested interest. India has on several occasions threatened to revisit the Indus Waters Treaty, an agreement that ensures Pakistan receives its fair share of the Indus River, and if India diverts water as retaliation, Pakistan's agriculture and economy could face devastation. Millions are likely to be impacted, especially farmers and the food security of Pakistan. However, the Chinese dam puts a check on Indian adventurism, many would claim, with China now holding a water knife at India's proverbial neck. New Delhi is less likely to act rashly against Islamabad. Thus, in an ironic twist, China's upstream control could provide downstream stability for Pakistan. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. There's another climate angle of climate crisis and the Himalayan rivers. South Asia's rivers are glacier fed and increasingly vulnerable to climate change. Melting glaciers, unpredictable monsoons, and declining groundwater all make water management a ticking time bomb. Control of river sources becomes paramount. In this context, China's dam is both a proactive solution and a geopolitical gambit. Its success or failure could set the tone for climate resilience or collapse, unfortunately, in the region. Now, what are the environmental costs? Obviously, with big dams, critics have always pointed out the ecological toll, displacement of communities, threat to biodiversity, and seismic instability. Tibet, often romanticized as the third pole because of its vast glacier reserves, faces long term damage. Local Tibetan voices, often muted under the authoritarian rule from Beijing, fear cultural erasure and forced relocations. Environmentalists worldwide have called for independent oversight, but transparency would remain a challenge. China is not going to have it. Now, let's look at India's escalation, if it does, and the regional consequences. New Delhi's current strategy involves tit for tat dam building and increased defense deployment across the border. But this could lead to a dangerous escalation, not just in water politics, but military tensions. India has even floated the idea of unilaterally altering river flows to Pakistan, as I mentioned earlier, which, this is a move that will violate international law and invite fierce backlash. Instead of deterrence, this escalation may breed instability across a region already strained by water scarcity and climate extremes. Now, let's come to Pakistan, what it could do or perhaps benefit from. Pakistan has a unique chance to step forward as a voice of reason and cooperation. It can use this moment to strengthen its alliances with China, modernize its own water infrastructure and water management, which is a big problem with Pakistan, and push for regional water governance frameworks. This means investing in transboundary data sharing, river basin treaties, and climate smart agriculture. Pakistan could also champion the cause of downstream nations and elevate the water dialogue on global platforms like the UN and the various COP climate conferences. Now, all of this leads us to the question how the future is going to look like: confrontation versus coordination. The next decade will determine whether Asia's water flows become rivers of peace or torrents of conflict. China will likely complete the dam, looking at its past trajectory, and use it as a showcase of green dominance. India will keep pushing back, risking entrenchment in a zero sum hydropower war. And Pakistan, if wise, will walk the diplomatic middle path, cooperating upstream, protecting downstream, and advocating for a rules based water order. The Medong Dam is not just concrete and steel. It's a monument to shifting power in Asia and the world. Of course, India sees encirclement, but China sees great opportunity. And Pakistan could find some room to breathe. This dam might spark new forms of cooperation. Let's hope for that. And let's hope it does not deepen old rivalries. But one thing is clear. In this century, the world's most important resource won't be oil. It will be water. And whoever controls the rivers may well shape the destiny of nations. So stay tuned and do subscribe our channel. And if you like this video, please share it and leave your comment as well. I'll be back with another video soon. Goodbye for now.